What is up, For Honor family? I hope life is treating y'all well, and if it's not, stick with it, keep it positive, and things will turn around. So the day after I put out that Outlander Hero Episode 3 video, the seasonal event ended, and we were greeted with this on the main menu. We already have a good idea as to the region the hero is coming from. We've seen that eagles, hawks, or falcons will be involved based on the trailer. I've been saying eagles because Mongolians did use golden eagles to hunt, but now, also on the main screen, we hear this. Now, what does that remind you of?
Peace and salvation.
So we're getting creepy vibes again for another hero. The word is this new hero could be a Mongolian Shaman. I know we have the hero Shaman in the game already, but could we actually have another one? And what is a Mongolian Shaman? Well, it says nomads from the Mongolian steppes shared a vision of the world of human experience characterized by religious concepts, rituals, and magical practices that came to be known as shamanism from the word shaman. That being said, there are definitely some legs to this hero potentially being a shaman. Just look at the mask, that's proof enough. The more I read about it, the more I started to visualize how it would work in For Honor, and you can see some similarities to what could work compared to the other heroes in the game. I read that when peace and harmony were disturbed by evil spirits, that's when a shaman's assistance is required. Astra could be that quote-unquote evil spirit in this case, or at least that could have been General Z's bargaining chip when he went to the shaman for assistance. Or I should say, if he went to the shaman, because we don't know for sure yet. It says the shaman didn't face forces of evil alone. They had an army of auxiliary spirits that protected the shaman and helped them to avoid traps set by adversaries from the spirit world. You can already see a couple of feats here. You can see another tier 4 with the use of shields that protects a shaman and teammates from harm, but honestly, I hope they get a lot more creative than that. Make it a passive tier 1 or tier 2 that allows the hero to see all traps that are set, along with any hero that uses the stealth feat. Maybe even make it a tiered feat, like a higher tiered feat that would also provide the ability of your teammates to use aim assisted feats on those stealth using heroes. Something like that. It would be a decent counter to the stealth tier 1. But the new hero's feat wouldn't be obsolete if no hero on the opposing team had stealth. It's just a thought. Another thing mentioned concerned the shaman's headgear, and the article said it was often decorated with the antlers of a deer, and that gave them speed and versatility. Possible feat effect there. A headdress decorated with eagle feathers gave them shaman strength. That's an attack buff effect they could add to the hero. And an owl feathers endowed them with the power to see at night. Now, there's no great advantages in For Honor for seeing at night, but it doesn't have to be completely accurate. You can instead make this an ability to transport yourself or you and one of your teammates, how about that? Like via a spirit horse to an area on the map. Now, it's probably a bad idea because I know some people would get pissed at being just transported from where they are. So it would have to be some kind of approval by the player, and we don't know, that could get kind of squirrely, for lack of a better word. I haven't really thought too deep on any of these, all right? And I think of the gear. A shaman's staff is crowned with a horse's head or their drum. The handle of the staff was also carved in the shape of a horse's head that was meant to symbolize the mode of transportation. And something I've seen no evidence of is a drum. We already pointed out the shields on the harbor map, but I haven't seen any drums. Not that Z would place those anywhere, but the lore mentioned armor and weapons seen at the celebration that were from a culture the Horkos warriors didn't know. Wouldn't a hint of a drum or staff with a horse head be shown if that was the case? I mean, they showed us all of Sohei's weapons during Year 8 Season 2. From a gender perspective, a positive outlook is that women needed to be able to take the place of their husbands when they went out to war. So shamanism was practiced by both men and women. That leaves hopes we could have both genders introduced in the game, which is something For Honor hasn't done since Zan Hu was released in Year 3. I'm not expecting it, but we shouldn't completely rule it out. I do have some skepticism, and honestly, this skepticism is coming from a negative place, y'all, because on the surface, as it stands right now, I don't want this. Talking through some of the possibilities made me feel a little bit more on board, but when I think about Creepokiri and the fact that we already have a shaman hero that practices rituals, etc., and her lore is weak, by the way, I'm just not hyped to see another one. I'm optimistic to a fault at times. I know I can be guilty of that, and I'm going to buy the hero regardless. So even if I'm not all the way sold on this idea, the team will give us something new that I can grasp onto. What I would like to see is this shaman flavor being part of the hero's makeup, but not its primary makeup. You know what I'm saying? But what do y'all think? Would you rather have the Mongolian shaman or a warrior like Hutulin that we mentioned before? If it is the Shaman, are there any specific feats you would like to see the hero have? With only a couple of weeks left, I don't suspect I'll do another Outlander Hero Thoughts episode, but you never know what will pop up next. But thank you all for tuning in. There are lots of channels and videos for you to watch, and you stopped by this one today. I will always be appreciative of that. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
A downfall is coming.